Hi, my name is Ana Gaitan and I'm here at East Campus with Dr. Edmonds to talk about his new book, Healthy Eating Made Easy. Dr. Edmonds, so glad to have you here at East Campus this afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing fine and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
So do you want to tell us some of the key features in your book?
Yes, to start with, the book's real practical and real easy to read, and it's a real positive book. So it'll help teach you what's needed in a healthier diet. And then also the first chapter gets into the 12 easy steps.
Would you like to explain more about chapter 1?
Okay, in chapter 1, basically it is a summary of the entire book where it just covers enough about nutrition and health to give you a good understanding of what you need to do to be healthier. And then if you want to learn more and progress more, the rest of the chapters, chapter 2 through 11, will then get into more detail and further improve your understanding of nutrition and health.
So what are some of the main topics you cover in this book?
Fats, proteins, and carbohydrates and how they regulate appetite is one of the key parts of the book. Food labels, food allergies, minerals and vitamins, particularly sodium and how it affects our health. Energy requirements of women and men, so you know the calories that you need in a day to maintain, or if you're trying to lose weight, to understand more on that. Exercise is also covered in there. And then one of the chapters, the last chapter actually discusses what to do if you cannot lose weight. And that chapter focuses on some important things as well. And then at the end of chapters 2 through 11 are questions and answers, so that you get an understanding of some of the principles to know to further help your diet. So those questions and answers hopefully will be helpful to people as they read the chapters.
I understand there's a lot of emphasis on sodium in your book. Is there a reason why?
Well, sodium is important in our bodies, but typically we consume way too much sodium, and high levels of sodium can increase blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and stroke. So we're really trying to have diets that are lower in sodium. And sodium is in so many foods that are processed foods like mustard, ketchup, seasoning mixes, pastas, lunch meat, cured meats, just a variety of what are called processed foods. And the levels can be quite high, and if we can reduce those levels to a healthier range, it would be better for us.
Why do you separate your breakfast for women and men?
The reason that you do that is because women and men have different requirements, different energy requirements and that. So they're going to have different levels of calories that they need to consume. And what's really important is that you have the right breakfast for each woman and man so that you start your day right. So you do not have a lot of appetite. You want to fill yourself up and not be hungry during the day. So with the right breakfast, you prevent basically overeating during the day.
People often work hard trying to lose weight and keep it off. What does your book do to help them?
Well, one of the main things about the book is to teach people why protein and carbohydrates and fats and different nutrients are important in the body and how they regulate appetite. That's really one of the main features. It's an educational book trying to teach people that. However, if you're doing all these things right, and say you're trying to lose weight and you're not getting that done, then I get into a chapter there where you learn more about behavior modifications you might have to do in a diet, or sometimes there's just changes in hormone concentrations in women and men that may have an effect on your weight, or your potentially gaining weight in that, and that's where you really have to get in and see a physician. So the last chapter is geared towards helping people that maybe are not able to get to the weight they want.
You seem to talk a lot about nutrition and health interactions in your book. Can you give us an example?
One example would be trans fats. The trans fat's not a good fat in our diet, and when you consume high levels of trans fats, they actually raise the LDL, or the bad cholesterol in the body, and they lower the HDL, or the good cholesterol in the body. So it's an example of an interaction, and one where you really want to avoid trans fats.
What about exercises?
Exercise is a real good component of the entire healthy program. You want to eat right and that, And then by exercising, exercise helps burn calories and just does a lot of things that are good for us. And you don't have to do a lot of real difficult exercises in that. I mean, if you're walking and doing some basic exercises and combining that with good eating and that, then you're really developing the program that's really meant to be lifelong, so that you learn strategies that you can use for years and years and be healthier for it.
What are some of your main features in your recipe section?
Well, some of the main features are that there's examples of a variety of foods, and they really do taste good, and they are healthier. I had a lot of help from my family and several women that helped critique these recipes, and we wanted to make sure that they tasted good, they were nutritious, and they were really easy to make. And then another feature in the recipe section is really a good nutrient analysis of the recipes, so that if you're trying to watch things like saturated fat, or particularly the sodium we've talked about, those are all listed there. And they also give you ideas as to how you can adjust those nutrients even more. For example, a person with high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease might even want to adjust the sodium more, and that's shown in the book how to do that for some of the recipes.
Why did you write this book when your main job is that of a swine nutritionist?
Well, my wife started me volunteering about 10 years ago, which was really good for me. It got me out doing things in the community and that. And when I was doing that, I realized, you know, I'm a trained nutritionist. I do swine research and nutrition work, and I thought, well, I can do human nutrition and try to help people that, because I've already worked in that area. And by critiquing and evaluating research and papers that are out there, I tried to take the work and tried to apply it in a very practical manner. So the book is designed to be factual, it's designed to be based on good science, and interpreted in a way that it's easy to read and understand, so that you really learn from it. And really, the more you learn and educate, then the more you're going to be able to eat better. And if you're trying to lose weight, you'll have that opportunity to do it by understanding really what you're doing. That's why I really wrote the book, really to make people better. And then the second reason I wrote the book was I wanted to, as our family had discussed, that if we were to make any profits on this book, we would put them back into the community, and they would be going to some of the agricultural student organizations in our local town, as well as charities and education. And that is something that's very important to our family, and we hope that we can get that accomplished.
That's very nice of you guys. Thank you for being here with us this afternoon.
Well, thank you for all your time.